Okay, so will it run? This is another thing we acquired from someone who was chucking out some stuff. So I just want one of these because it's convenient. So this is exactly how we found it, apart from the hose that I put on, the O-ring I put on, and I have just squirted a bit of oil in there and it's bone dry. So I'm hoping it's going to go. Now, as you can see, it's been left out in the rain for a while. So this is exactly how it's all come to me. So first things first with everything. Oh dear. That looks like water. That's water. You want to look? Oh no. Okay, so we're not going to be starting that until we get the water out. And there was a little strainer on there, wasn't there? Okay, so. Oh, how are we going to get that water out, Winger?
Don't know.
Oh, I know how. 2 seconds. Also means that the petrol's a bit skank as well. So that's going to be quite fun to take out. Oh my god! So there's a few ways that you can take petrol out. So you can pump it or you can take it. So let's see how we get on with the pump. It's always good when you get something for free, isn't it? Oh, that's better. Which is out and which is in. So we always like that sucking. Not sure what she's meant to be sucking. Well, that feels very, very dry. But it was put away with some oil. Oh, that doesn't look well, does it? Oh, right, we're going to pause this one. So, okay, we're back now. I've managed to get the pump working, so we'll Oh no! Oh, quick! Well, that's what's come out so far. Oh, I think it might be it.
No, there's a little bit left in there.
Well, unless I put it all. Ah! Well, it's definitely not petrol. Good job considering how much is it got on my leg. So, this is the first thing you do with anything with a will it run. So, mostly got that over myself. Wow. How clean's that in there? Shall I get a torch? So I'm looking. Oh, I'm soaked. Wow, look at that fry. In there?
I just used the flash on it to see the inside.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that's not bad. Right, I'm just going to push that in there. Now with a bit of screwdriver. So this is the first thing you need to do with a will it run. I mean, you can start with an auxiliary tank if need be. So an auxiliary tank, I mean a tank that's just a tank beside itself. Well, lucky for me, I mean, if there's any fuel in there, it'll come down to that bottom corner, but there's not. So that's a bit bad. So we have got fresh fuel we got to put in. We have got we'll put some spray in there, I think, as well. So here we've got a can of WD. So we'll put that in there as well, just to help it. There we go. That's in there to help it. Switch gear can have some WD. So I do swear by a bit of WD. The other thing you got to check is your oil. And the oil wanted to pour out like that. So it could be that it's full of water. And this thing's a bit weird because it's also got 2 fillers. So it could be it's got water, it's floating on top of the water, but to be honest, oh yeah, I think that's got water in it too. So we'll take a little bit of that water actually. Oh, right, if we can, trays. One of these trays actually came from the same place, and we'll just dump some of that oil, some of that water, and we'll go. Are you filming?
Mhm. Is that oil and water?
Yeah. Now the water should be on the bottom. So we'll just pop that in, because obviously the water will cause the oil to float. So there is some water in it. I wonder if there's a drain plug. Don't want to cross these little Chinesian threads. Now if this was a Honda it'd be great, but it's not, it's a Chinese one. So we're just going to have to play it by ear and see how good. Oh yeah, look at the water in there, bro. See how the water and the oil are in there?
Mhm. That's the oil and that's the water.
Boom. Okay, so spark plug. Oh, there's the lid for the petrol. So let's put them in there in a minute. Gauze is up there. So I didn't expect to see all that water in there. No way I thought to see that water in there. But that's good because that means we haven't faked it. So, right, spark plug. There we go. Alright, came off easier than I thought. Okay, now, we don't want all that skank falling in there. So I have already primed up Caroline the compressor. So watch your eyes, Brian. Considering the pack in there, I think there's a snail in there. Yeah, there's a snail in there. He's dead. Oh, I've got a thing that. There you go. Oh, you hear it? It smells a bit petrol-y, but not a lot. Put the gauze back in. Right, so I don't really want to turn it over until we see if there's any fuel in there, any what's that fitted? So, let's get that plug out. I've got the borescope out. So the borescope's there. We're going to have a look inside this cylinder. As long as we've got a plug to go on there. Or rather a plug socket. Oh, look at that. 1/2 inch, is that, bro?
Yep. No.
Yeah, it's 1/2 inch. Okay. And obviously we're not using windy tools, and we're using the old faithful torque set. Not snap off. Ooh, I think we need to put a bit of lube in there, bro. Felt a bit stiff, that did. So he's coming. Are you filming in there?
Yeah.
Right in there. Right down if you can where the... That's it. Looks like he's coming out at a funny angle, doesn't it? Okay, so wow. That's a really healthy looking plug. Really healthy looking plug. So let's get the old scope in there. Now, like I said, I haven't even looked at this.
Is that a camera?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just asking because I just
I'll get
guessed.
the end off there. There it is. So,
You could probably put up your bum if you had to.
I just can't believe teenagers. I mean,
Well,
come and do a professional video. Right, film the screen, and he talks about sticking things up bums.
Right.
Unbelievable, isn't they? So let's have a little look. I'll hold that steady. Right, are you filming the screen?
Yep.
Oh wow. Oh, okay.
That's really cool.
So we've got a tiny bit of rust on the edge there. That is, considering the amount of water. Oh, a little bit up the top, that. Let's get me thingy a bit. Considering the amount of water that was in that tank, look at the top of that piston. Look at that. What's that there? No holes. Well, I'm pretty impressed. Oh, there we go. Look, right up to the top. Some condensation. No rust though. Look at that. Right, okay. Well, that's really good. So, I'm very happy with that, to be honest. I hope that came out nice on the thing. Alright, cap on. That's what you do when you've got a couple £100 worth of camera there. Right, well that was interesting. I was really impressed with that. Right, what are we doing then? I'm going to put a bit of schmoo down that cylinder. Some really manky old bits of oil. So I'll wipe the end off because that's what I mank. Now I'm just going to squirt a bit of oil on those threads and into that cylinder. And this is your second-hand oil, probably came out of something else. Right, so plug can go back in. We've got a tiny bit of grease there, look. Put some sand on it as well. So, oh, it is angled a bit that way. So I'm quite impressed with that, really. I always like to put plugs in with my fingers, really, because then you can feel it. So it's in now, look. And then again, oh, I don't like these cold spanners. Don't like the cold stuff. Oh, get in there. So it doesn't want to go in, so we'll stick that on first, and then we'll do it up. So, well, I'm quite impressed with that. As far as looking at the bore scope and the state, considering we took out how much water, apart from the amount of water that I squirted down my genitals, there's quite a bit in that tub.
Oh, that stinks. Ugh.
Yeah, it does stink, but it'll just turn to emulsified oil. So I'm going to put this in. Okay, I'm going to give it a few hand cranks.
Where's the crank?
Oh, there's a pull thing, isn't it? Now, of course, this is only a small engine. You don't need to ream them up. Silly. So we'll just double check that. And click, click. Click, click. There you go, I've torqued it. Alright, so that's torqued. Put my gloves back on because I don't want to get chemo hands. Good luck holding that. Right, what are we going to need now? So we're going to apply some WD-40 to everything because it hasn't been used for so long. We're going to put some cap on. Maybe have a little WD-40 in there. There you go. Alright, so that's on. Clip, that's on. Switch is
What's this?
on.
What's this bit in here? Look, this
That's
bit.
your pump. I put some oil in it because it was so dry and empty.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pop some petrol in now. Which is here.
Oh, I thought you can use the red one.
No, because that's diesel.
Oh.
So I don't think it'll run too well on that. Do we have a funnel?
Oh
Oh,
no.
that smells great, that fuel. And that's the other thing. Always use the freshest, newest,
Phew, I can smell it.
loveliest fuel that you can get your hands on. Alright? Because if you're trying to start something that hasn't been started in a long time, then you want to give yourself the first and best amount of fault diagnosis to eliminate. And of course this was stored outside, so you don't want to put too much in that it might pour out because the bottom's rusted because it was full of water. That's not looking bad, is it? Okay, so
Good smell of fresh fuel.
it is, isn't it?
Mm.
And I think that's super duper octane fuel.
So posh fuel.
Yeah. So we got 98 in there. But these engines will run on pretty crappy fuel anyway.
Poor Scarface. Tell him what happened.
Oh, we know what happened to Scarface. So my Prius, fuel on, cold, hot, cold. Okay, first pull. Alright, so that felt a bit easier. That feels terrible. Oh! Hang on a minute.
So-
I'm going to turn the fuel off. Cold, choke. That's throttle, that's turtle. Right. That fired! That fired! And again, look! And again. Right, I'm going to put fuel on now. Actually smells. Remember, she's trying to compress oil. Actually, I'm going to put that on that ring because that ring sounds very dry.
Does smell good.
Look at Doug. She's going to go. So we're on full fuel, no throttle, and choke. So I've just she's going to go.
You can smell
She's
it.
going to go. Okay, so hang on, there's some instructions here about how to start it. Switch is on. 1 gas, 2 fuel. It says here I should put water in it, but I'm only going to run it for a second. Set choke. When starting the engine, pull cord slowly until the resistance, and then pull back rapidly. Oh yeah, baby. I don't mind the smoke because we put a load of squirts of oil in it. And this is obviously lovely quality oil from something. An old motorbike. So this is your water pump. What am I doing, bro? Pulling it. Oh yeah! The fuel's on.
Rob.
flood it now. Oh, it needs to stop. Right, I think it ran out of petrol then. So that's a bit of a worry. Just like this pump's a bit of a worry. That's not meant to happen, I don't think, Brian. But I mean, this is meant to have oil in it, I think. So I think that's the oil pump, and this is the actual pump where it takes the water in. So I'm just going to put some water in that and see what happens. So first off, we're going to cover my very expensive borescope. And I don't want that to break. Well, it works! Okay, right, bad things. What's bad about it? Come on, asking you, Winger. Okay, the switch doesn't work to turn it off. So we've got an issue with the switch. We've got some pretty serious issues with the fact that it's spitting all its oil out. We've got well, that's it really. I think that's it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's see if we can get a little bit of coolant in there. Well, not coolant, water. So we get some water in it, in that pump. And see what the pump does. This is quite good, isn't it, Winge?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're doing a good job filming. Alright. So. Now hopefully that's not squirting out the top of the pump.
No, but it is squirting.
Out of there, isn't it? Oh, there we go. So it should be coming out of this hose now. Right, okay, I'm going to try and start it again now. So, fuel, put fuel on. It doesn't matter what the switch is doing. I don't know why. Right, and start. Fuel, hot, fuel on. I suppose maybe the switch does work. Can't even read that off. That's on. Switch works. Okay, so it works, I think. What we've got to do is we've got a few issues. I think this is a plug, but there wasn't a lot left of the plug, so I need to find out what that is. Obviously it's let loads of gravel in and all the oil's just squirting out.
Ooh, that stinks.
That does, doesn't it? Oh, you know why, don't you?
Why?
The leaves are catching fire. Oh, shitty poos. The leaves are catching fire. Well, just proves. What are you filming? Nothing? The floor?
No, I'm filming the thingy.
Right, well. Okay. It says there, look, check the oil level before every start. Well, it's actually spitting the oil out, which is a bit of a worry.
What are these supposed to do?
These are fittings for your hose, your lance. Alright? Wide sprays, narrow sprays. So they go on the lance, which is this one, but it was broken and stitched together. And I couldn't find nothing to fit that except that hose. I'm just slightly concerned why this is breathing so much out of there and why it can't keep oil in it.
Maybe because of the plug, maybe, I'm guessing?
Unless I'm overfilling it. Because that looks like where it's up the level, up there. And maybe that's meant to be... Where's the red thing? What to do with the red thing? Don't know. The red thing is a cap that goes in there. Maybe it's meant to have like a full cap. Ouch! In there. So the switch is miraculously self-fixing, so we like switches like that. So I'm going to try and start it again now.
I think the red thing is somewhere on.
Works now. Let's turn the wax off. Well, there we go. It's not like me doing Will It Run, but I thought, well, I found this in the skip, so I thought, well, we'll have to try and get it running. And I get annoyed when, were you filming then?
Yeah, I was filming.
You won't, we're off with the fairies as usual.
I was looking at the machine.
Yeah, but you're meant to be filming.
I'll take it then.
I can't take it, you're the cameraman. Okay, so, we should really check that, shouldn't we? Which ain't gonna undo. Oh my god, that was so lucky. Yeah, WD-40. Sort your bottles out, because they always fall over and they always leak. So sort it out.
That, you need to undo that.
No, I know, but I've got to find something to undo it with. I thought that might have been wide enough just to...
There's a screwdriver here.
Yeah, but that's not a screwdriver, is it? If I can get the right thing on there. Look, you're meant to be filming. Don't use your hands as hammers. What have I told you?
There's many strong people out there who do it and they get lots of...
There you go. Oh, is it turning or is it all turning? I've just noticed the plastic is still on. Yeah, that's all turning. Right, we're not going to get that off because it's all turning, look. And this has still got the plastic on it from the showroom. Look. Brand new plastic, that is.
Oh, wait, hang on.
What?
The metal piece was moving as well.
Yeah, but that's the problem though. We don't want the whole thing to move. Do we?
Oh.
So how long have you got, Brian, on this video?
29 minutes.
You are lying to me that this is 29 minutes people are wasting. So we'll just run through.
But also when you stop the video as well. We
also need to go through what you need to do. So this is basically any engine. It doesn't matter if it's a car, it doesn't matter if it's a little putt-putt engine like this, a bike or whatever. The first thing you've got to do is check your fuel, you know, because otherwise you'd be pulling and cranking it and trying to fire it on that fuel. And I must admit I wasn't ready for that. But it has been out in the rain. I don't know how rain got in there, because you've got a cap on it and you've got like a lip here, so I don't know how you managed to get that much rain in the tank. Stop it.
No, I'm just trying to see if water would get underneath was less
No,
maybe.
because it's just the only way it gets in, isn't it? Oh, God. Right, well, this is undone now. What's the filter look like? Looks great in there. We will give her a little bit of WD-40 in there. You can get to linkages now. They can all have a bit of a schmoo. Although I don't think that linkage does anything. Oh yeah, it does. The spring's underneath. Oh, it's so stiff. So what I tend to do is use WD-40 first, and then I'll put a little drop of oil on stuff. And any old engine oil will do. Any old oil. Right, so there's your filter. There's your gasket. Oh, and that's just undone that bit, so we'll put a bit of schmoo on that if we've got any left in there. So we'll put a little bit of grease on there. And especially with stuff like this, because it's always getting wet. So don't be afraid to put grease on every single thread. Yes, it could be copper slip or anti-seize, but to be honest, with something like this, just a little bit of grease will help. And it probably won't be you, but it'll be the next person who gets to undo it. So, right, that's good enough for me. I should put a rubber grommet on there and then I won't be doing it so much. So, fuel is your first thing. Alright, so you must use proper fuel. Nice posh fuel. Okay, and we know we had really posh fuel in that can. So, because it was from one of the bikes. So, we know that. Check your oil. Gotta have oil. Engines don't line right oil. You don't really need an expensive borescope really to go and check inside that ball, but that was amazing. I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that to be so clean. And another thing is an airline. I mean, we're spoiled because I've got an airline here, but to blow all that muck out of the way, even though it's only a baby engine worth nothing because you found it in a skip, just still show it a little bit of respect, a little bit of kindness. So there you go. And obviously one of the things I always tend to do is I start these little engines without the fuel. So if you've got the option of this little Honda valve, because these are a Honda copy, just turn the fuel off when you start, because sometimes that can help. Alright? And I'm amazed that with the amount of water that was in the engine, it fired up as good as it did, because we didn't even take the bowl off on the bottom. So under here is another one you can do. Take this bowl off with that one 10mm bolt, whatever it is, on my finger, and take the bowl off, and then you'll see what crud is in the bottom of the thing. But to be honest, I didn't want to disturb that. So all in all you've got to do, make sure you've got fresh fuel, everything is set up as it is. So there you go, and WD-40, and that's it. So good start up video, people. Bye.